So over the last couple of months, I have been able to lose quite a decent amount of body fat. And in this video, I want to give you some advice that I've learned from my own experience, from listening to podcasts, from looking up health articles and things on the best way that I think you can quickly and quite easily go on a cut. So there's 3 types of body weight that you can change and control that you need to know about. So the first one is muscle mass. This is how muscly you are, very easy. The second one is something called intramuscular glycogen / water stores. So I'll explain this a bit more in a second. And the third one is your actual body fat. And there's 2 types of body fat that you need to know about, subcategories of body fat. There is subcutaneous body fat and there is visceral body fat. So the goal of this video is going to be to teach you how you can control these variables and give you kind of 2 ways that you can actually go on a cut and lose weight, lose fat. And the goal of it is also to keep as much of the muscle mass as possible. So we want to lose weight, but we don't want to lose any muscle. So what's the fastest way that we can lose weight and visually look more lean, more shredded, right? What's the quickest way we can actually peel off some quick fat and look less puffy and look less kind of flat, to look a bit more cut and a bit nicer. You get the triceps poking out and things. Well, the easiest thing you can lose is intramuscular glycogen and intramuscular water stores. So you'll notice when you first start going on a cut, and particularly when you change your diet to the diet that I'm going to tell you about in this video, you're going to notice that you drop quite a lot of weight quite quickly. And you're going to look like you've dropped quite a lot of weight quite quickly in your face and in your abs and your arms and things. You're maybe going to have some more veins coming out, and that can happen really quite quickly. So if you've got a holiday coming up or something, or some event, and you just kind of quickly want to get the veins popping a bit more and look a bit more lean, but like without having to diet too hard or anything like that, then this piece of advice is going to be for you. So to quickly drop off that intramuscular glycogen and the intramuscular water stores, we need to do 2 things. The first thing we need to do is we need to cut carbs out of our diet. Now, I'm not saying you need to completely eliminate carbs from your diet, but right now, if like you're eating like half of your diet is like carbs, and then the other half is a mix between like fats and proteins, what we're going to do is we're going to switch that around and we're going to have carbs be like maybe a quarter or even less of our overall food intake. So the easiest way that I've managed to do this, because I've gone on keto now, but recently I have been introducing carbs back in a little bit just to keep up my strength at the gym and keep up like energy at the gym, even though it does affect me later on in the day in terms of like brain fog and stuff. I am trying to introduce carbs just a little bit, just to give me that little bit extra at the gym, because I'm trying to hit some PRs right now. But the easiest way I found to do this is either fast in the morning, so you don't have breakfast, and then you can save your carbs to the last meal of the day, or just eat breakfast, which is just going to be meat and fat, like protein and fat. Lunch is just going to be protein and fat, and then you're going to save your carbs at the end of the day. If you have carbs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's going to be way too many carbs, okay? So you want to try and cut carbs out your diet, right? Stop eating pasta, stop eating toast, stop eating rice, that kind of thing. Because what does carbs do? Carbs hold onto water in the body and they fill up your muscles with intramuscular glycogen. So carbs are going to make you very strong. They're going to make you look bigger, but they're going to also make you look a bit puffier, less veiny, and they're going to make you look a bit more like flat. So if you have like a 4-pack right now, and then like in terms of abs, right, you've got like 4-pack abs, kind of like what I've got, but then you eat a big fucking bowl of pasta, you're going to notice the next day when you wake up, all the water you had the day before is going to be like held, and you're going to be a bit bloated and a bit puffy, and you're not going to look as lean, and you will have gained a little bit of weight. Even though if you were like eating in a deficit, you might have actually gained weight the next day because of you will have retained more water. So we need to cut carbs out of our diet. And the second way you can do this is drink a lot of water, like loads of water, to the point where, and the way I measure this is like when I need to go for a wee, I literally just go to the toilet, and if I'm pissing out like pretty much clear water, that's enough water. And if I'm just pissing out like, and it's like yellow or something, then nowhere near enough water. You need to drink more water. Why is this? The more water you drink, the less water your body actually holds on to internally. So you can look this up, but basically when you're very hydrated, your body doesn't need to hold on to the water because you've got plenty of water going through your system. So it actually drains the water out of your body, and you actually this is why bodybuilders basically drink a fuck ton of water a couple of days before a competition, because it dries them out. It sounds counterintuitive, but this is like what they do. Whereas if you are very dehydrated, your body goes into panic mode, thinks it's going to die of thirst, and holds onto the water, if that makes sense, as a survival mechanism. So they're the two ways that you can like very quickly lose intramuscular glycogen stores and like intramuscular water stores. Is just drink a lot of water and cut out carbs. Because if you just have protein and fats, you're not going to have much intramuscular glycogen. It is going to make you a little bit weaker at the gym, but a good way to kind of gauge that you're not actually losing muscle at this point is just make sure that when you're at the gym, you're either still hitting PRs or you're just still able to lift the same weight for the same amount of reps on like each exercise. If you notice that you once could do the 30 kg dumbbells and you were fine with it, but now you're struggling to get one rep with the 30 kg dumbbells, then you need to rethink things because you're dieting too hard. The second way to lose weight, and this isn't the intramuscular glycogen or the intramuscular water, this is actually the fat, the subcutaneous and the visceral fat. This is the second way to lose it, and it's going to take a bit longer. So if you've got a holiday coming up, this might be one for like 2 or 3 months of work. And the main thing we need to do this, it's going to be a longer process, is we need to allocate about 100 to 300 calorie deficit per day. Don't go above 300 because it's going to be too much at that point. Your metabolism is going to suffer. And then 100 is a nice amount to kind of cut on. So the way I do this, and the easiest way I think to do it, is I use an app called MyFitnessPal. In there's like a big database, and you can like scan barcodes on the back of your food and stuff to track your calories. Be very, very strict about this. It's super difficult to do at the start. I missed a bunch of days, but there's like a nice little streak that you can get on the top right. And sometimes I miss days and then it resets and stuff. But your goal for this like fat loss period is to get that streak on MyFitnessPal of you logging food as high as possible. So you're consistently logging your food, you're tracking your calories. And once you've done that, you just need to calculate what's called your BMR. This is your basal metabolic rate. And this is the amount of calories that you just burn, sat down, doing nothing, right? And then you're going to add in your exercise on top of that. So there's a website that I use to calculate my BMR, and I'll link it in the description below. But essentially put all your details into there, age, gender, height, weight, everything like that, and your activity level, and it's going to spit out a number at the end. This is the amount of calories that you can eat in the day, and you won't gain weight and you won't lose weight on this calorie number. It's not going to be 100% accurate, so you just need to test it by using the scales, using the mirror to test to see if you're actually losing weight. And then you're going to take this number, and you're basically just going to put this into MyFitnessPal as, you know, your BMR. And then you're going to say to MyFitnessPal in the settings, you're going to say, okay, I want to lose 0.5 pounds per week. And I want to get to this goal weight, right? So you used to weigh like 80 kg right now. You want to weigh 75 kg. You kind of want to lose like 5 kg of fat, right? Get a bit leaner. Put that into MyFitnessPal. And then every day on MyFitnessPal, it's going to basically say how many calories you can eat. If you eat over that, then you might not be in a deficit, but if you eat that amount of calories, or just a little bit under, then you're in a deficit. Don't go too far under that amount of calories because your metabolism is going to suffer. Don't go too high above it because then you might actually be overeating. Now, the one piece of advice I will give you on this is don't be too hard on yourself if you go drastically under on one day. Or drastically over on another day. You just need to kind of just do it by week. So the week is far more important than the specific day. Don't worry, humans are designed to not eat some days, right? So there's days that I fast, and then I'll actually fast all the way to 3 o'clock in the afternoon if I'm working, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm really hungry now. I'll have a big meal, or what I think is a big meal at the time, as my last meal of the day. And then I look at my MyFitnessPal, I'm like, oh wait, I've only eaten 1,500 calories today. I was supposed to have 2,500. So I'll have been in a 1,200 calorie deficit, which is way too big, right? Remember I said 100 to 300? I have some days where I'm in a 1,000 calorie deficit. Now I'm not saying you have to do that, but that's not going to be the end of the world. Humans are designed to have days where you just don't eat, right? We're creatures. If we had an unsuccessful hunt, we're not eating that day, okay? So that's absolutely normal, healthy, fine. But what's way more important is the week as a whole, right? How many calories did we eat in the week and how many we were supposed to eat? And that's the more important thing. And then that is a more long-term solution. You're going to give yourself a big time frame, do this over 2 or 3 months. And the last kind of tip I'm going to give you, which is by far the biggest tip, is just tracking your progress on this. So you're going to be weighing yourself every morning. It's definitely in the morning because that's a consistent time where you'll it's usually going to be the most accurate then. You've not had any food yet. Weigh yourself then. and then take a picture of yourself in the mirror. On My Fitness Pal, you can go to like progress, and you can literally like put your weight in and then a progress photo, and just do that. Get into the habit of doing that every day. Don't worry, some days you're going to be a bit puffier than other days. If you've eaten some carbs or something like that, holding onto a bit of water, whatever it is. But what's more important is over weeks and months. Are you changing month on month? And I honestly like to use the mirror as a better scale than the weighing scale, because yeah, the weighing scale's fine, but to be honest, I'm hitting PRs at the gym right now. Even though I'm cutting, I'm still hitting PRs at the gym. So I'm actually losing fat, but I actually think I might be gaining a little bit of muscle as well. So my weight actually hasn't changed much, right? I weighed 75 kg and now I weigh like 74.7 or something, but I've lost quite a lot of body fat. So I think I've lost more than that, you know, that like 0.3 kg of body fat. I've lost more than that. So I might actually be building a little bit of muscle as well. So that's why the scale isn't always super accurate. I much prefer using the mirror and just visually being like, okay, yeah, I look better today, or I look better than last month, that kind of thing. Just do it by that and just get used to taking pictures, right? You're not being a dick, like taking pictures at the gym, being vain. You're not doing that kind of stuff. Just don't think of it as being vain. This is you tracking your progress. Hopefully you got some value out of this video, and I wish you all the best on your fat loss journey for the summer. And I'm on the same journey as you. I'm not there yet, but this is the current kind of protocol that I'm on to losing fat, overall. And yeah, hopefully it helps you in some way. Right, bro, thank you for watching the video. Keep improving yourself every day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.